Hello, my all. Sorry, flustered. Hello, all my loyal readers. As I, Dark Symphony 777, with another fan fiction reading. Now, about a week ago, my little brother was sick, so that prevented me from doing this video. I actually wanted to do this video right around Wednesday, Thursday, around there when the story actually came out. But this was kind of, I guess, a follow up to so in the synopsis, it was a follow-up to the most recent death battle of Twilight Sparkle versus Raven. And I basically liked the episode. I really wished that someone actually kind of animated it better, especially the whole soul bird thing. It looks like someone just took an outline of Raven and just scribbled crayon on it. That just looks stupid to me. So as always, please like, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe if you want to see more content. Make sure remember that it's my opinion, and the link to the story will be in the description. So the story, it's called Sorry for Killing You by Zenistrad. So let's get started. Well, that was odd, considering she'd just been forcefully pulled into another dimension by a purple pony that she subsequently squashed into a cartoonishly pony-shaped crater that would have seemed like an understatement, but also considering the strange, bizarre, and unsettling events that Raven has been a part of since the day she was born, it was practically an exaggeration. Granted, the pony had put up far more of a fight than she had anticipated. Being turned into a potted plant was not a fate she was glad to suffer, and if her soul self had intervened in a timely fashion, she would have stayed that way forever. Come to think of it, that actually was a bit strange, even for me, Raven mused eternally. She paid the stray thought no mind as she dusted herself off, until another one hit her with the force of a falling brick. Was she hit with a brick? I don't know. Wait, a pony. A purple, magical, talking pony. Just like my toys, just like the show. Her eyes went wide when the epiphany struck her. She could practically hear her composure shattering like glass. Her heart sunk into the pit of her stomach as she overlooked the smoking crater her soul self has left. Raven let out a gasp. Oh my god! That was Twilight Sparkle! I just crushed my favorite pony! Wow. That's kind of a funny image of seeing Raven, like Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, but regular Teen Titans Raven, like kind of crying with like the cartoon tears that Teen Titans Go Raven probably should. I don't like the show because I think that's a piece of garbage. But just the image alone is pretty funny. Before she even knew what she was doing, her telekinetic magic flared to life, and Raven found herself lifting Twilight out of the perfectly Twilight-shaped hole. Wait a minute, I thought that was pony-shaped crater. What is that? Yeah, cartoonishly pony-shaped crater. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. She had left in the ground. As she lowered Twilight onto the dirt, her body flopped limply, showing no signs of resistance or awareness. Darkness enveloped Raven's left hand as she hovered over Twilight's body, scanning her vital signs with a simple spell. Pulse. Come on, where is the pulse? Where is it? To her horror, she detected no sign of breathing, nor the gentle rhythm of a living heartbeat. Then, just as panic began to clutch at her mind, she felt something. Okay, no pulse, but she still got brain activity. Raven inhaled deeply, forcefully pushing away her anxiety as she prepared her next spell. All right, Raven, you can do this. Another surge of magic rushed out from within her, and her fingertips sparked with arcane power. She then thrust her arms downward, pressing the flat of her palms firmly against Twilight's chest. Arcane lightning crackled and thundered as it shot through her, leaving Twilight to twitch and shudder as it pumped itself into her body in a desperate attempt to resuscitate her. Breathe! Come on! Breathe! With one final push, Raven pumped an even stronger wave of magic into Twilight. The Alicorn let out a sharp gasp, her heart suddenly beating with the speed and intensity of 100 fervent drums. Raven pulled her hands away. She let out a shriek as all the pain she had inflicted suddenly and forcefully pulled itself back into her. Ooh, that had to hurt. It's like, I killed this person. I gotta bring it back. Are you okay? I felt what it's like to die. You saw Twilight? or you saw equally bad movie here. You know, I'll switch Twilight with Emoji Movie because Emoji Movie was somehow worse than Twilight. I know, and also everyone's kind of sick of the Twilight jokes. Data jokes! I got him! Where is she? Oh, where was I? Okay. When it finally subsided. When the it did you like Yeah, when the it finally that needs to be fixed. When it that the needs to be go. They need to go. When it finally subsided, ignoring the she was left on her hands and knees, shaking equivalently in place. Moments passed, then even more. It could have been minutes or it could have been hours. She couldn't rightly tell. Then softly a voice spoke to her. Are you okay? Raven looked up, seeing Twilight staring down at her from her prone position. Despite her best efforts to rein in her emotions, she couldn't stop the settled tears in the corner of her eye. I think the was supposed to go here. She couldn't stop the settled tears in the corners of her eyes. That's two grammar mistakes. Two grammar mistakes. You heard of the numbers count. I am the grammar count. How do you know any numbers? I only know one number. 9. Oh my god. If I somehow inspire a piece of someone making the Count from Sesame Street look like Hitler, I'm just gonna be rightly pissed, but at the same time I'm gonna be laughing over the absurdity of it. I have absolutely no logic in my thoughts. None whatsoever. I'm sorry, that was all she could bring to herself. It's okay, said Twilight. Everything's all right. Now, despite her prior state, her smile was calm, almost serene. She leaned forward and reached out with her roof. Need a leg up? I'm good, thank you, said Raven. She pulled herself up to her feet and looked down. It was surprising now, seeing how small Twilight was compared to her, and yet somehow she found herself equally surprised that she was smaller. Sorry about the whole trying to kill you thing. I was just really upset when you summoned me, and I got angry. I shouldn't have reacted like that. No, you got angry because you got caught being a brony. And then you killed Twilight Sparkle, and then you revive her, and she forgives you. I only have one thing to say about that. Logic. Just logic. There is none. It's a fan fiction. They never have logic. Oh, hey, we have Shadow on the Moon. No logic. There's also fan interpretations. Oh, Princess Celestia's a tyrant who likes to shove bananas in people's mouths to send them to the moon. There's no logic in that. So where was I? Sorry. Don't worry. Oh. Don't worry about it, said Twilight. Hey, I can think of at least 2 ponies who have tried to kill me now that are some of my closest friends. I know, said Raven. A feeling of warmth spread to her cheeks as she blushed. I watched it on your TV show. Twilight blinked rapidly. My what now? Raven struggled to find the words she wanted to say. She wasn't entirely sure how to explain to someone that they are fictional. Well, this is gonna sound a bit strange, but in the dimension you pulled me from, you and your friends are characters in a television show. It's kind of embarrassing for someone my age to admit they watch it. I don't know where I'm from. Raven, you're part of a cartoon that people like to watch. Except now you're in a reboot and nobody likes you. Teen Titans Go is garbage. Sorry, I needed to make a dig at that show. I hate it. Oh, said Twilight. To Raven's surprise, Twilight didn't seem fazed by the statement at all. That makes sense. From what I understand of multiverse theory, the number of different worlds is beyond measure, possibly infinite. Sheer probability would dictate that there's at least one where I'm in a television show. Okay. Actually, last I heard, there were only 52 universes. Oh, I know what they're talking about. I know what Raven said. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. New 52, where every superhero is neutered, except Aquaman. Because Aquaman was already neutered. I like that joke. I like that little dig. She paused. Okay, where was I? Where was I? She paused for a moment, reconsidering her statement. Though, to be honest, I really have no idea how the cosmology... is that a word? Cosmology? Oh. Works. It sometimes feels like whoever made it all is just making it up as they go. I like that joke. Twilight's eyes brightened, and her mouth split open into a grin. Ooh, so you experienced the multiverse first hoof. I mean, I guess I technically have with the mirror and all, but still, you have to tell me more. I'm not even sure if I could explain everything I seen, Raven replied. It's all pretty convoluted, though there is one thing I wanted to ask you about. Of course, said Twilight. What is it? Why do you still have your old treehouse? Said Raven. Didn't Lord T-Rex blow it up? You know what? That's actually something of a plot hole in the video, because the video actually starts in the fight actually starts in the treehouse. Huh.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
There's a message. What? Am I getting a joke? Am I getting a joke? Oh, no. Ignore that. Twilight giggled lightly. Well, I am a princess. I was feeling sentimental, so I got the Ponyville zoning board to I got the Ponyville zoning board let me rebuild the light. I believe that's a grammar error. So I got the Ponyville zoning board to let me. It should be three grammar errors. The count strikes again. I need to get a count. I need to get a count. I like doing the count voice. I know off kind of random out of there, but I really like doing the count voice. It's funny. Let me rebuild the library and in the location. Raven averted her eyes. A new wave of guilt washed over her insides, leaving her feeling rightly sick. I'm sorry about that too, by the way. Like I said, it's fine, said Twilight. I actually took out a really good villain insurance policy on it. That's oddly specific! Just in case. Besides, there wasn't a book in there that I didn't make at least 5 extra copies of. Villain insurance. She even laughs at how oddly specific that is. It's like, here's your villain insurance. You a bad guy kind of blows up your house. Oh, you can get insurance too. What about hero insurance? What do you mean? Well, there's Superman. Hero insurance. I mean, Superman insurance. Let's get a Superman insurance thing on board. Yeah. Villain insurance. Where was I? Villain insurance, huh? Said Raven. Yeah, we have that in my world too. I'm only sometimes a villain though, so I don't know if it'll be covered. I'm sure I'll work something out, Twilight replied. Her ears suddenly perked up with a sudden realization. Oh, I just remembered. I never asked you for your name. I'm so sorry. I can forget that sometimes. Some princess of friendship I am, right? It's Raven, and don't worry about it. Twilight returned the smile. It's nice to meet you, Raven. Since I brought you here, why don't we head over to my castle and chat for a bit? I'm sure you have a lot of fascinating stories to tell. Raven's lips gently curved into a smile. I think I like that, yeah. The interior of Twilight's castle was every bit as magnificent as it appeared in the cartoon, and it was even more breathtaking now that she was there to see it in person. The crystalline walls were positioned in just the right angles to refract from the afternoon sunlight, resulting in a dazzling display of lights and colors that danced across the castle's interior as the sun edged towards the horizon. Throughout the rest of the day, the two remained in the castle's library, sitting across from each other on the crystalline reading table. There, Raven told Twilight all of her own world and of the many adventures she went through to defend it. She told her of the Titans, her many friends and enemies, and of her home. Oh, for the love of crap! We get it! They're friends now. Can we skip to the letter of Princess Celestia already? I'm being bored to death here. And that's saying something, considering my superpower is not dying! Deadpool? The fuck? We haven't done the letters for a few... Pinkie Pie? What the... What? I kind of had a feeling, because it's Pinkie Pie and Deadpool. I would actually want to see... I actually would want to see Deadpool and Pinkie Pie just wandering. Someone making a fanfiction of just Deadpool and Pinkie Pie going to each individual death battle and just being the trolls they are. Said, hey, I would love to see how that would work. I mean, it could be written on this site because technically Pinkie Pie is the main character. Raven suddenly paused right in the middle of telling a story of Trigon's invasion of Earth. She had felt the oddest sensation. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk to two weirdos. Twilight, did you hear something just now? Twilight stared at Raven oddly. No. Why? Hey! Don't act like you don't know who I am. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm easily the most successful character out of all of us. I'm played by Nathan Drake and the sexiest man in Hollywood. Wait, what? Played by Nathan Drake? Really? He's played by Nolan North plays him? When? When? Yeah? When was Deadpool voiced by Nolan North? Huh. They can't hear us in the narration, silly. It's non-diegetic. Oh, god damn it, Pinkie Pie. Even your words are diabetic. Raven blinked. Weird. She turned her head to the side and rubbed the knuckle of her index finger on the inside of her ear. Raven, are you okay? Yeah, it's just her sentence trailed off before she could finish it. No. Never mind, it's probably nothing. Hi, Chimichanga related Tetris. That's actually pretty funny. Raven jumped out of her seat at the sound of the two new voices. She whirled around to see two figures standing just behind her. One was the comfortable. I'm being tongue-tied right now. One was the comfortably familiar image of Pinkie Pie, while the other was the much more uncomfortably familiar image of a man in a full body spandex suit. Deathstroke, Raven snarled. What the hell are you doing? Considering the fact Deadpool is was kind of a joke at Deathstroke's dig, you kind of see where it's going from. Deathstroke, said the man, and said Deadpool, thank you very much. No, honey, no. You're thinking of Slade Wilson. I'm Wade Wilson. Because a letter means a big difference. There's a big difference. And it's all about the W. Mario, boring. Wario, awesome. See what I mean? I like that joke. Because a lot of people love Wario more than Mario because Wario is just that damn awesome. Maybe there's something with the W. Luigi, Waluigi, even less meh. So maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work with everyone. Well, Waluigi got his own island in Mario Party 3. So maybe it's something. What about George Bush? What about George Bush? Said Deadpool's pupil somehow managed to visibly dilate through his mask. That doesn't count, and you know it. Raven sighed. A great pleasure suddenly formed behind her eyes. She pressed her fingers to her temples, gently massaging them. Fine, whatever. I don't care who you are. You're already giving me a headache. Just leave. Deadpool shrugged. Fair enough. My whole LOL random. Oh, LOL random stick usually gets pretty old and pretty quick anyway. Then with a quick hop, Deadpool climbed onto Pinkie's back, grabbing her mane, holding a pair of thick hair clumps like a horse's rein. Onwards, descendant of Sleipnir! I like that. Hi, descendant of Sleipnir! Hi ho, Pinkie-o! Whee! With an excited whinny, Pinkie reared onto her hind legs before galloping out of the room at a breakneck speed. As they left, Raven turned to look at Twilight. To her lack of surprise, Twilight looked no less baffled than her. I know Pinkie's strange, Does that sort of thing usually happen? Twilight gave a shrug of her wings. You get used to it. And then it has a little altar so at the end said, I regret nothing. So that's the reading. I actually was entertained. I like the idea because I really want to see if either a sequel to this of just Raven and Twilight just messing around, just talking and saying, and or more likely, I want to see the author with the adventures of Pinky and Deadpool going through the other characters' death battles, all the way from episode 1, and just doing whatever the fuck they want them. I want to see that. I really, really do want to see that. And it's like Batman versus Black Panther. I can't think of anything right now. Damn it! I had a joke, but it left me. Besides the 3 grammar errors, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I like the idea of, it's Raven, especially since we're going with her personality from Teen Titans Go. She kind of does like My Little Pony or an XP of it, and the in-joke between the fact that both Twilight and Raven are both voiced by Tara Strong. Little in-jokes. Deadpool, I really like the jokes, especially the one with George Bush. The Chimichanga related one. Basically, Deadpool just randomly showing up in the text, and then Pinkie Pie showing up too. It's like, wait, if Deadpool's here, I had a feel probably during the fight. They were like in the forest, like, yummy, $10. How'd you know I'm Pinky? And I really like that story. If the author does this sort of humor, I would honestly be on board with doing a review on like a sequel to this with just Deadpool and Pinky going to the other death battles, just annoying the heck out of them and just leaving. Say, "Where the Troll Patrol?" Or have I'm pretty sure I gotta end this. Or just a little more with Twilight and Raven just talking and or maybe just a one joke. If anything, the only thing I would add is probably like at least one joke about the fact they're voiced by Tara Strong. Maybe maybe like a little joke at the near the end saying, you sound kind of like me, you know that? I mean, it wouldn't add anything to the story, but at least I would love, it would at least be a nice reference. It wouldn't add anything to the story, but it wouldn't take anything to the story. It'd just be there. But so you don't have to add it. So that is my reading of the story. I actually, again, really do love the story. I'll see you next time. I am Dark Symphony 777, and cut.